Well, you've heard the story of the hot rod race that fatal day when the Ford and the Mercury went out to play. Well, this is the inside story, and I'm here to say I was a kid that was driving that Model A. It's got a Lincoln motor and it's really souped up, but that Model A body makes it look like a pup. It's got 12 cylinders, uses them all with an overdrive that just won't stall. It's got a 4-barrel carb and dual exhaust, 4 11 gears, so you can really get lost. Got safety tubes, and I'm not scared. The brakes are good and the tires are fair. We left San Pedro late one night. The moon and the stars was shining bright. Everything went fine up the Grapevine Hill. We was passing cars like they was standing still. And all of a sudden, like a flick of an eye, a Cadillac sedan had passed us by. A remark was made, "There's a car for me," but by then the taillights are all you could see. Well, the fellas ripped me for being behind, so I started to make that Lincoln unwind. I took my foot off the gas, and man alive, I shoved it down into overdrive. Well, I wound it up to 110 and twisted the speedometer cable off the end. I had my foot feet clear to the floor, said that's all there is, and there ain't no more. I went around a corner and I passed a truck. I whispered a prayer just for luck. The fenders clicking, the guardrail post, the guys beside me were white as ghosts. I guess they thought I'd lost my sense. The telephone poles looked like a picket fence. They said, "Slow down, I see spots." The lines in the road just looked like dots. Smoke was rolling out in the back when I started to gain on that Cadillac. I knew I could catch him and hoped I could pass, but when I did, I'd be short on gas. We went around a corner with the tires on the side. You could feel the tension. Man, what a ride. I said, "Hold on, I got a license to fly," and a Cadillac pulled over. Let me go by. And all of a sudden, the rod started knocking, went down in a dip and started rocking. I look at my mirror and the red light was blinking. Cops was after my hot rod Lincoln. Well, they arrested me and put me in jail. I called my pop to go my bail. He said, "Son, you're going to drive me to drinking. You don't quit driving that hot rod Lincoln."
All right, Charlie Ryan there. And Charles Charlie Ryan, born December 19th, 1915. Passed away February 16, 2008 in Spokane, Washington. He was an American singer and songwriter best known for that song that you just heard, everybody. We got 2 minutes before the top of the hour. And just looking around here, this is Pioneers of Country on Live 365. And it's Golden Age OTR on the iWeb Radio Network. I think we got 2 minutes to go before we start. Well, we might start a little bit early. We may go a little overtime, Jen. No, I don't think so. I think 3 hours is plenty. I think 2 hours is the optimum listening time anymore. You know, folks, you got a lot of things to do, and you know, for each individual, you know, a good 2 hours at the computer listening, and then then the attention span seems to wander, and then you seem to, lose. Now, some might be said for, being on the air all the, because listeners do come and go. I'm just talking about individual listeners, because everybody can't show up all at the same time. Tell me about that. I know that from Saturday when it was just Pete and I here in the chat room and on the server and all that, but that's okay. You're forgiven. I did that as an experiment. I don't know which day sometimes to broadcast, but that's the way that goes. Folks, on Live 365, please hang on. Don't disconnect. You're going to have a special treat today. You're going to hear a special treat. You're going to hear a live broadcast for the next 3 hours. It's a live broadcast, and we do things that we don't normally do on our regular playlist. A lot of surprises. But I promise you one thing, we're going to keep it country. All right? Some great songs coming up, I guarantee you. I was burning the midnight oil last night, folks. Looking for some great old pioneers of country and some great standard songs. So you want to stick around for the next 3 hours. I want to hear from you. If you're listening on Live 365, as you're listening and you want to make a comment, send me a shout out in that in the player window. There's a shout out box there. You can send me a shout out. Send me email to dave@n1dk.com. You can also join, if you're internet savvy, you can join Internet Relay Chat Room. That's #iWeb Radio via a Star Chat server. Now, I said that awful fast. It's a Star Chat server. You got to connect to a Star Chat server. And then the chat room that we're in is the little pound number, and then there's a dash or minus sign, and then the word iWeb Radio. It's one word, IWEBRADIO. And then you can be in a live chat room with us, where there's a few of us in there right now. I'm in there. Steve-O, the voice of Savage Henry, who was on last night. Chip Salsa is in there. I don't know who that is, but Chip Salsa, nice to have you on board. GB73D Mike is from England. Mike is listening over in Swingin' England, Great Britain out there, Mike. Pete Costello is in there, and he says, wow, Dave has OPS. Oh, I don't know what that is. Whoops, I don't know. And Jen the Rad Girl, who was on all day yesterday, did a 6-hour show. I'm sorry I missed that, but I'm sure we'll hear she'll send out the you send it replays, and we'll download it and listen to it to work. Cowboy Country Pete. Dave has MGD 64s. No, actually, I have Michelob Ultras today. I'm going in style. Hey, it's a top of the hour plus 2 minutes. Gang, don't go away. Let's get this thing started with our opening theme like we have done for many, many years.
Even if you can't tell the forest from the tree, when you stand in front of a microphone with me, coast to coast our hookup is, but somehow we don't care. Hand in hand we steal a kiss before we're on the air. Oh, being on the radio with you, a million listeners hear us bill and coo when we gently whisper, I love you, in your ear. A lady in Sheboygan turns the volume up to hear. For everything we say is broadcast far away when I'm on the radio with you. When they turn those kilocycles on,
darling, all of our privacy is gone. And if we should indulge in a single naughty word,
a gentleman from Uncle Sam makes sure it won't be heard. Only not alone behind the microphone when I'm on the radio with you. For everything we say is broadcast far away when I'm on the radio with you. Wonderful, darling. It's wonderful.
Yes, it's wonderful. And he says, what does OPS mean? And as Dave, that means you're opt in the chat room. I used to know what that means. I don't get in the chat room that often, and you know, when you get old, your old memory starts to fade, on you. And short-term memory is just not what it used to be here, folks. But maybe you know what I'm talking about. I don't know. So that means I'm opt. I have headlights now. I know what that means. So that's the way that goes. Oh yeah, we're going to have a good time today. Hey, coming up in 1 hour from right now. Just about an hour from right now, we're going to count down the top 10 songs on our Live 365 Pioneers of Country playlist. It's different. It's much different than last time. We did the last live show a little over a month ago, month and a half ago, and every song on the top 10 is different. Every day, practically, it changes because, some people, when you're listening on Live 365, you got that little window and you can do the thumbs up, thumbs down, wish by. And, and do the whole thing. Sometimes if you disconnect during a song, you get a bad rating. And it changes every day. So as I look on the list here, not one song is the same as it was a month ago when we were on. We've got some good ones, though, I guarantee you. So that's the way that goes. And it's Memorial Day weekend. Yeah, the 30th. I think it seems like Sunday to me for some reason because I'm not at work. Well, I usually am work at Sunday, but that's besides the point. But it's Monday, the 30th of May 30th, 2011. May 30th, 2011, Memorial Day. We'll be talking about Memorial Day and having some great, memorial remembrances. Not great, but maybe we'll have one or two. I'm not sure, but that's the way that goes. Here we go. There's taps in remembrance of all the fallen soldiers. Right here on Pioneers of Country Live. It's a live show today. My name's Dave. Did I say that? I don't know if I said it or not, but now you know. My name's Dave, and for 3 hours now, things are gonna go to hell in a handbag, but they usually do here when we do live shows. Hey, it's baseball season. Josie was talking about her Yankees there in the chat room. And, us over here in northern Ohio and Cleveland, the Indians been doing pretty good. They were on a roll there, so it's a baseball season. And let's do this one by Homer and Jethro.
I remember when I was a lad, what a fine baseball team we had. Folks would come from miles around to see us play. We played the Red Sox, beat their socks off. We played the Redlegs, beat their legs off. We played the Astros, but it rained that day. Daddy played first base, Mama played second. Brother and sister were the catcher and the pitcher. Shortstop was a good old boy named Sue. 3 big home run hitting guys out in the outfield shagging flies. Brothers Art and Bart and cousin Fargo too. I remember one place so well, staying at the old baseball hotel, owned and operated by my Uncle Fred. We all laughed when he'd explain how the baseball hotel got its name. The pitchers on the table and the catchers under the bed. Daddy played first base, Mama played second. Brother and sister were the catcher and the pitcher. Shortstop was a good old boy named Sue. 3 big home run hitting guys out in the outfield shagging flies. Brothers Art and Bart and cousin Fargo too. Out to the barnyard we would go, learning how to hit and run and throw. We had cows and horses all around the place. Once we laughed until we split when my daddy got a hit. He slid into what he thought was second base. Daddy played first base, Papa played second. Brother and sister were the catcher and the pitcher. Shortstop was a good old boy named Sue. 3 big home run hitting guys out in the outfield shagging flies. Brothers Art and Bart and cousin Fargo too. Brothers Art and Bart and cousin Fargo too.
Pete says, who's on first? Abbott and Costello. They were a great team. They were Turner Classic Movies had their movie Buck Privates. I think that was their first movie that they came out with or something. But they were playing Buck Privates, the Abbott and Costello movie.